Welcome everyone to the Apple Arena, home of the Memphis Grizzlies, and also home of opening game, the third season of the Atlanta Hawks MyLeague. So this Grizzlies team actually has a really bright future with some very talented young players like Miles Bridges, Hamidou Diallo, rookie Cameron Reddish, and in free agency they added former Atlanta Hawk Julius Randle. They also changed his hair. That's pretty cool. But Julius Randle, who was on the Hawks last year, played pretty solid for them. Ended up signing with the Memphis Grizzlies. Of course, last offseason, they signed Isaiah Thomas out of free agency, and they still have their big anchor, Marc Gasol. So this team is very different in a good way. They have a very talented and bright future. Meanwhile, the Hawks in the offseason had a big draft. With their 3rd overall pick, they took Romeo Langford, and with their 9th overall pick, they made a few trades, and was able to get the 2nd overall pick from the Suns, which was Bol. So the Hawks starting lineup: Dennis Schroeder, Colin Sexton, the second-year man from Alabama, who made the All-Rookie first team last year, Romeo Langford, John Collins, and Bol, and for the Grizzlies, Isaiah Thomas, Hamidou Diallo, Cameron Reddish, Julius Randle, and Marc Gasol. So the tip-off between Gasol, the rookie from Oregon, Bol, the son of Manute Bol, will go to Marc Gasol and the Grizzlies, despite the fact that Bol is like 7'5". As Isaiah Thomas quickly, with no one in the paint, will get an easy back and about 11 points and 6 assists a game last season for Sexton. He finds Bol, the big man, and despite his 7'5" frame, he can shoot. As Bol gets Randle, will go for the inbound pass. Randle, guarded by his former teammate and front court mate, John Collins. Of course, Collins and Julius Randle were starting power forward and center last season. Is Bol once again with a big play. Quick start for Bol. Veteran Dennis Schroeder, now at the age of 26. Passing it to Bol. Bol back to Schroeder. Schroeder to Collins. Collins to Sexton. Sexton for 3. Bang. Drive. No good. Bol's first career rebound. He gives it to Schroeder. Schroeder looking for Romeo Langford. And Langford will get his first career point on his first career shot. Quick start for Atlanta. Finally got a miss. The first miss for the Hawks this whole game and season. I think he missed 2 shots because he got a putback rebound that he failed. Bol so far 7 points, 2 boards, and a dime as Isaiah Thomas right on time with the layup. Offense so far has been very solid too. I think they've only missed 2 shots. Schroeder over to Langford. Langford with the drive over to Collins. Collins over to Dennis Schroeder, who's not scored yet. And that has not changed. Dennis Schroeder misses the 3, and Cameron Reddish, so far, quiet game for Reddish. Sees a wide open Isaiah Thomas. Bad defense from Dennis Schroeder. Very good start for Dennis Smith looking for Bol on the drive. And Bol with the dunk. Bol 12 of the 24 points so far for the Hawks. Bridges with it, the former Michigan State Spartan, will launch up a bomb. No good, rebounded by Dwayne Dedmon. Dedmon over to Norman Powell, bad pass. As Powell over to Taurean Prince, green light, 3 for Prince. Here's Smith over to Taurean Prince. Prince with the drive, Prince over to Colin Sexton. Sexton back to Prince. Prince for Romeo Langford, the rookie. With the 3-ball Langford now at 6 points. Quieter start for him than Bol, but solid start for Romeo. Thomas guarded by Dennis Smith. Grizzlies down by 9 as Thomas drawing the foul in the and 1. Dennis Smith for 1 with a foul. It's 2 and 1s now in this quarter for the Grizzlies. Quick start for Isaiah Thomas. Bridges with it now in his 2nd year. Over to Marc Gasol. And the Grizzlies will draw another foul. I don't know what Dwayne Dedmon was doing. That'll be another 0 points and 0 rebounds, but 6 assists so far. He's put on a passing clinic as Isaiah Thomas with the layup. Dennis Smith has also done a lot of passing, not quite as much as Schroeder. Schroeder, another pass for this time John Collins, and that'll be assist number 7 for Mr. Schroeder. Battle of the bigs today is Bol, 15 points, and Marc Gasol 19 points. As you see the difference between 2-point shots attempted and 3s attempted, it's awfully close to 50-50, a little more 2s, but not by much. As Bol wide open beyond the 3-point line. You can't do that for big Bol now at 18. Schroeder 1 assist away from 10, and we're still in the first half, but 0 points for Dennis Schroeder. As there's number 10 on a nice little layup by Bol, who's now at 20 points here in the first half to make 5 twos or 3 threes and a 2 to have a double-double because he's already at the 10 assist mark. As good defense from Norman Powell and Hamidou Diallo. 6 seconds left in the first half. Clock ticking. Isaiah Thomas have a buzzer. Bingo! That's how the first half ends. Grizzlies will still be down, though, by a score of 48-54. He was able to start the second half with a bucket. His first of the game, and then he's going to get an assist here to John Collins on the end one. That'll be assist number 11 for Dennis Schroeder. Maybe he wants to be like Trae Young, but just not score. Man, Julius Randle looks really different. Really different. I guess they updated him. John Collins missed the free throw after his and one. That's Isaiah Thomas. Over to Hamidou Diallo. Big first half for Isaiah Thomas and Marcus Gasol for Memphis. But that's pretty much it. And last year, these two really didn't play well because, I mean, the Grizzlies were the worst team in the NBA. But they ended up with the 4th pick. They got screwed just like the Hawks did. But they were glad to get Cameron Reddish like the Hawks were with Colin Sexton to Sexton. Over to Schroeder. Schroeder over to Romeo Langford. Langford for 3, and it's good. Langford 13. Thomas and Marcus Gasol have 40 of the Grizzlies combined 54 points. I think Gasol's 21. Is Bol on the drive on fellow rookie Cameron Reddish. No good, but Bol gets his own rebound. 22 and 7 now for Bol. 2 Hawk starters left in the game. That is John Collins and Colin Sexton. As Isaiah Thomas wide open for a perimeter shot. No good. Rebounded by Gasol, but he missed as well. As Colin Sexton over to Taurean Prince. Prince with the drive, and Taurean Prince with the dunk over his former Hawk teammate, Julius Randle. Absolutely humiliating. Only 5 players have scored, and only 2 players have more than 4 points. Of course, that's IT and Marcus Gasol. Both have over 20. And they're the only 2 really doing anything for Memphis. As, I don't know why Colin Sexton's on Deontay Davis, but good post defense from Colin Sexton. Don't normally gonna hear that too often since he's not going to be playing in the post. It's Dennis Smith with the 3, and it's in. Dennis Smith so far struggling shooting-wise, but able to get that one. Diallo with it. Diallo taking it coast to coast. Diallo wide open. Could have shot it, but Miles Bridges taking the layup. I don't think Miles Bridges scored before that. So those are his first 2 points of the night as Dennis Smith easily gets by Isaiah Thomas, but not Deontay Davis. Transaction denied, and IT over to Deontay Davis, but he gets blocked by John Collins, and he gets blocked again by John Collins, but somehow the Grizzlies score. Percentages by half, and the first half was much better shooting for both teams, especially Atlanta, but Atlanta's not done any better this half, as the Hawks only at 40%, Grizzlies at under 35, I think, as I don't know why, what? I don't think Norman Powell touched him, but maybe on block. 6 with about 37 seconds left in the third quarter. As Diallo guarded by Smith over to Cody Zeller. Over the 7'5" Bol. If you guys want me to make him taller, let me know. As Smith over to Yabusele. Yabusele back to Smith over to Bol. Shooting a deep 3-point shot, and it goes in for Bol. He's made every free throw so far in the second half, despite the bad shooting from both teams. As Cameron Reddish recently made to him the last Grizzlies possession. Those were his first points of his game and his career. As Romeo Langford not doing as good as Bol, but he's doing better than Cam Reddish. As the Grizzlies have made now this a 3-point lead. This is probably the closest they've gotten pretty much this whole game. I mean, the closest it's been it for them is 0-0. As Colin Sexton will be blocked by Allen Williams, the former Phoenix Sun. And Miles Bridges will make it a 1-point game for Memphis. We're able to regain the lead on a Bol offensive rebound over to Dennis Schroeder. Benefiting Bol's rebounds and assists. This Bol 1 rebound away from a double-double. He has 9 boards. I believe he's at about 3 assists. And, of course, 28 points. As Hamidou Diallo, good defense from Sexton, but it still goes in. And the Grizzlies regain the lead as Hamidou Diallo. Very solid second half after a very quiet first half as Schroeder over to Bol for 3, and it goes in. 31 now for Bol. Has definitely had one of the greatest debuts of all time. I mean, Michael Carter-Williams was better. He almost had a quadruple-double. And the Sixers, who were just starting to trust the process, so they won like probably 12 games that year, beat the Heat. And that was when the Sixers almost had the longest losing streak ever, but of course, it didn't. They tied it with the Cavs because, of course, they beat Pistons. Shocker, shocker, as Dennis Schroeder re-giving the Hawks the lead. Now at 8 points, so Schroeder and Bol Bol both nearing double-doubles. Bol Bol's a little more spectacular, but Schroeder's played pretty well tonight. As Isaiah Thomas guarded by Schroeder. Schroeder, as Isaiah Thomas misses it. Bol Bol now at a double-double of 10 boards and 33 points. And Dennis Schroeder almost had a double-double there. Romeo Langford with the board. Back to Schroeder. Schroeder over to Sexton. Sexton over to Bol Bol. Bol Bol over to John Collins. And another assist for Bol. Cameron Reddish. Reddish guarded by Langford over to Dennis Smith. Smith with the steal. Bol Bol bringing the ball up. He's so good. And Bol Bol, that's going to be assist number 5 or 6 for him. He's passed the ball a lot today. Seconds left. The Grizzlies need a possession. I think they're going to start playing the foul game after this possession. Make or miss, as Isaiah Thomas will make a layup, and it's just a 2-point game. 34 seconds left. It's going to be given over to Colin Sexton. Sexton driving over to Bol Bol. They're not fouling, and Bol gets the bucket, and it's a 4-point game, not 5. I'm pretty blind. Interested, Isaiah Thomas was getting MVP chances. Overtime is 4 minutes. Grizzlies have 4 points so far in OT. Hawks have 2. I bet you can guess who scored it for the Hawks. That's right. It's this guy, Bol Bol, who's now at 41 points on the day and has all of the Hawks' OT points. Atlanta back in is Diallo. Guarded by Sexton. Diallo over to IT. Another 3 from IT in another minute. A 6-point game as the Grizzlies have taken advantage late in it. Is Sexton. Pretty quiet game. I mean, 12 and 8 is solid. But I mean, nothing like Bol Bol. Is Bol Bol on the drive, and Bol Bol with another bucket. Double-double, pretty much 40 points as well. But Bol Bol's game has been more spectacular since his NBA debut. But Isaiah Thomas, still give him credit. As Romeo Langford, long 2, and it's in, and the Hawks still have life with just a minute left. Romeo Langford's had a very, very solid game. I mean, obviously, Bol Bol is going wild, but Romeo Langford's had a good game. You gotta give him credit as well. As Reddish guarded by Langford over to Cody Zeller. Zeller guarded by Bol. Blocked by, I think, Bol Bol. It's too easy for him. Over to Romeo Langford. Langford will be stealing by Cameron Reddish. Big defensive play from Reddish. And Reddish with the miss. Bol Bol with the board. I don't know how Reddish missed it. As Langford over to John Collins. Collins over to Sexton. Sexton over to Dennis Smith. Dennis Smith for a 3. And he is off. 25 seconds left. And they're going to play the foul game. Thomas can take this game away from the Hawks. Great game for Isaiah Thomas. 40 points and 11 assists, I believe. I mean, Bol Bol had, what, 43 and 13? That might be a little more crazies. Sexton over to Bol Bol. Bol Bol at the buzzer. It's up and it is no good. But it does not matter as the Memphis Grizzlies will win an amazing game in overtime. They will win it 113-107. You really got to look at Bol Bol's debut. 29 minutes, 43 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks, 7 for 30 from the field, 6 for 9 from 3, 3 for 4 from the free-throw line, 4 offensive rebounds, 55 points responsible for. Absolutely mind-blowing debut from Bol Bol. One of the greatest debuts of all time.